States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jim. I'd like to introduce your flag officers for 2023. The officer overseeing and responsible for everything inside of the clubhouse is your Vice Commodore Sally Cohen. The officer overseeing and leading everything outside of the clubhouse is your Rear Commodore Mardell Barnum. And our Junior Staff Commodore is Jim Nagashima. I am pleased to introduce our Commodores from the past. They are our Staff Commodores. 1985, Jim Wolfenden Jones. 1991, Dwight and Donna Reed. 1996, Bruce and Carol Miller. 2016, Walt and Patsy Simmons. 2019, John Caldwell. He is also 2023 SCYA Commodore. 2021, Joe Negron and Soledad. Also, Joe is the director for NOSA, which is Newport Ocean Sailing Association. I just looked that up for you. It takes a huge team of volunteers to run this club. Therefore, as I call your name, please stand, and we're going to hold our applause and do one big applause for everyone. We're going to have a very late night, so I'm going to try and do this quickly. Treasurer, Walt Simpson. Board of Directors, Rwanda Tucker. Board of Directors, John Keogh. First Turn, Gordon Stroud. Ed Camille. Peter Neal. Race Chair, is Bob Hubbard. Facilities is Rusty Eddy. IT and Video is Peter Neal and Gordon Stroud. Webmaster is Troy Bakken. Cruise Chairperson is Mardell Garner. Seabell's co-chairs are Cindy Jensen and Janice Gehea. Is that right? Yay! Membership Chair, Rwanda Tucker. Bar Captain, Spider Betancourt. Food Captains, Diana Bakken and Robin Jenkins. Ship Store, Barbara Hunt, Joan Palango and Donna Reed. Whaler Captain, Ken Sykes. Club of the Year, Chrissy Patterson and Joan Palango. Yay! It takes all of us to get this done. So thank you very much, everybody, for volunteering your time. It makes the club a fantastic place. And with no further ado, Joe, can you please come up and introduce the guests?
Well, I'm happy to introduce some folks that at BOA, we met them in July of last year over Zoom calls, because that's what we were doing back then. Anyway, they're our neighbors across the street, and I'm going to let them do their introductions, and then I'll fill in afterwards. But we'll start with Clemens and, okay. So, without any further ado.
Thank you. So, we're a Holland Partner Group. I'm Clement. I'm the Development Director. Here with me is George Elam. He's the Managing Director of our Southern California office, and Stephen McNeil. He's our Associate. So we're here to talk about our 6700 PCH project. It's where the current Congressional Place office is, just across the street. So yeah, real quick, we're a multi-family developer. We're completely vertically integrated, so we have in-house construction and property management. So on the development side, we're in charge of the acquisition, the design and development, and then we'll work closely with our construction team. And frankly, that's one of the values of our company is that from the beginning to the end, we're one organization. We don't hand it off to anybody else in the process. So if anything comes up, we're the ones you guys can call. And then, Tom Warren, he's the president of development for corporate. And then there's a couple guys on our construction team, which you guys will meet during construction. So Holland has been around for over 22 years and have, we just had our 80th project start in Long Beach, actually. That's the 30 Pacific project. And like I said, vertically integrated with over 60,000 units developed. And then these are our two projects that we built in Long Beach, Bolton on Pine that was completed, and then 30 Pacific is under construction now. This is just a picture of the site. You guys are familiar with this. And then what we're developing is mixed-use multifamily project. That's what it's zoned for in the Southeast Area Specific Plan that passed recently. So that's the entitlements that we're processing under, and we're planning on fully following the guidelines that were outlined in those specific plans. So, real quick, it's 281 units. 13 of them are designated for very low income households, and that's to satisfy the state density bonus that we're utilizing. There will be 3,100 square feet of retail and around 507 parking stalls. As of right now, we're actually looking at closer to 516, and there's about 34,000 square feet of open space. As part of our project, I know this is one of the questions that a lot of people had. We are doing a lot of right-of-way improvements. The big one is creating a raised protected bike lane along PCH and Studebaker. Part of that will involve removing the median that's on Studebaker right now. And then we are also repaving the current bike path that is running along the San Gabriel River until halfway under the bridge. And then the city wants us to put in a new bus shelter on PCH. And then we are one of 3 different projects that are going on at that intersection. So we're putting in our fair share contribution for the resignaling and restriping of that intersection on PCH and Studebaker. So where we are in the process right now is, we've gone through a conceptual site plan review with the city. We submitted the site plan review. And today was actually the day our public notice went out, so the timing of this meeting works out very well. So we're scheduled to go in front of the Planning Commission on April 20th. And part of the site plan review concurrently is the coastal development permit that we are processing along with it. So part of our project design is, following all of the guidelines within the specific plan. We're very conscious of the lighting that we have to not impact the neighboring wetlands and the open waters. The facade has very specific requirements on how much glass we can have to be bird safe. And then, just general good practice for all new buildings. We are going to be LEED silver. All the appliances in the units will be electric. We are putting solar panels up on the roof. All the stormwater that hits our site will be treated before we release it. And drought tolerant, smart thermostats, energy efficiency. Those are all typical of new buildings today. Here's just an overview of the site plan of the landscaping. This is conceptual. We've had to change this a little bit just with the public right-of-way improvements, but as of right now, the site has no street trees. There's some on-site trees, but I believe we have over 50 trees that we'll be putting in as part of our project. And then on the right of our plan, you can see where the bike path will go down and connect to the river bike path. And on that page southeast corner, we're going to put a bike storage locker to kind of facilitate bike access to that river bike path. So here's an offsite plan just kind of outlining the improvements that the city wants to see. It's just showing the protected bike lane running along PCH and Studebaker. And podium level plan, we will have a pool up there. This will be on level 3, overlooking the marina, so the view should be pretty good. And we have some barbecue grills, fire pits, some amenities for the residents. So building renderings, the top left is probably the view that you'll see from this yacht club here. Top right is the corner on Studebaker and PCH, looking at the retail on the corner there. ACH frontage. Part of the mural wall that we're gonna put there, we're gonna be doing a public competition for an artist to do some kind of local artwork up there. So that's generally the presentation. If you guys have any questions.
Okay, great, yeah, so you submitted some questions in advance, and we're gonna ask those. So please hold any questions. So you talk about low-income housing, what does that mean from a, well, of course, well, let's supposed to, it's red. Peter, where did you go? Getting batteries. Okay, we were curious, so there were questions submitted in advance. In order to take the best use of the time, we're gonna go through those questions. So one of the questions is, what's the rent going to be? And what does also mean about low income rent? And in that same vein, why apartments instead of condos?
So why apartments because of condos? Because we're apartment developers and frankly, that's what we do. So when we bid on this site, that's what we proposed and we won the site. So that's really what it is. If a condo developer came in and competed against us and they won, then this site would be condos.
And what's the rent?
So the rent, it would be market rate. So right now, we're kind of tied to downtown Long Beach. As of right now, average in Long Beach, probably 3,800 a unit on average. And obviously, it's higher or lower depending on if it's a studio or a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom. That's kind of in the range of where market rate is right now. And then low income, it's 60% of AMI. There's a calculation that the Long Beach Housing Authority calculates, and they'll tell us what it needs to be. I think as of today, it ranges from $600 to $900 a unit, but that gets reset every year, and we don't dictate it.
Okay, also, when we talked before, there was a discussion about bundling and unbundling of parking, and you all were in favor of bundling it, and the city seemed to be in favor of unbundling. Maybe you could explain that and tell us where that stands now.
Sure, so in our garage right now, we have, I think, last count was 516 parking stalls. That is in excess of what we typically see in our buildings as required parking for the residents to market these. The ratio is about 1.8. What we typically see in these types of projects is a ratio of 1.5 to 1.6 in terms of what the residents actually demand for parking. So based on that count, we should have around 60 excess parking stalls for guests. So we don't anticipate that there will be insufficient parking within our building. But that being said, I know we did have a conversation about bundling and unbundling. In the specific plan, part of the traffic, reduction measures that the city analyzed was unbundling the parking so that residents have to pay for the parking in order to kind of discourage automobile ownership and use, and that's supposed to reduce the traffic count. So that's been built into the traffic study that went into the specific plan. As far as, I think the issue is whether our residents will be parking here at the marina.
That's the heart of the matter. That's the real question we all have, especially since there's no overnight parking allowed in our parking lot.
Right, so we fully anticipate that the demand for the parking of our residents will be satisfied with the number of parking stalls that we have. But that being said, I think what we did discuss was we are willing to have our residents sign within their lease that, they are restricted, none of their guests from parking in the marina. And that's fine with us, but in terms of the bundling and unbundling, I think that's how the city analyzed parking in the traffic study.
So the city's still pushing for unbundling?
Correct.
Is that anything that can come up at the planning commission meeting this month in April?
In terms of?
Yeah, from a community standpoint question.
It's a public hearing, so
Do whatever we want.
welcome to go and
Okay.
make a comment.
Also, when, during construction, where are the vehicles going to park during construction?
Yeah, so this is something that we've been looking at pretty closely. So during construction, it will range kind of with anywhere from 30 to up to 100 contractors kind of park around the neighborhood. And, you know, obviously the easiest place for them to park would be at the marina. We are talking to the adjacent owners to try to identify parking for them so that they have a place to go. We have reached out to the pumpkin patch across PCH. We're close to an agreement with them, but that parking is only available 9 months out of the year, and the other 3 months is, you know, for obvious reasons. Yeah, so, and we are reaching out to the second PCH. I know their garage has excess capacity there, and then we're working with the city too to try to figure out where else. I know they own some parcels on the Carmel site, on the other side of PCH. So we're reaching out to all of the neighbors to try to figure out where they can go. But
I do realize that the reason second and PCH has room is because they're all parking in our parking lot. Just saying, okay.
we'll do our best.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so those are the questions that were turned in. We can go for one question because Laura's got a really long meeting
Sorry,
tonight.
when you reach out, the Marina Shores is gonna be obsolete too, and they're doing their own construction, so
Oh, I
maybe
didn't ask
because
that question.
well, because your fourth quarter, I noticed you're doing at the end of this year, so that's pretty quick. That's quicker than what this project is, so maybe you wanna reach out to them and see if they can park in that parking lot. Cause
Yeah.
maybe Cafe's dead, and you know, there is some parking there. But are you in charge of the demolition of this place as
Yeah,
well?
so
So here's the thing with, I noticed is when we lived in Seaport, when the Seaport Hotel was here, we lived nearby, the rats came. And we had pests, and it's, every time, I also lived in Chino, we did a lot of development, we tore down dairies, it was the same thing. So whenever something's been around for 20 years, the rats come out when you guys do that. Is there anything that we can do to make sure that we can prepare, because they come on our boats, they come on our docks, they come down. They eat our wires, and it does. When Seaport went, I had rats for 2 years, and everybody knew our neighbors had them.
yeah, I mean, we can set traps and.
Well, I love that you're saving the birds, but we need to do some.
Eradicate the rats. Okay, so that was actually bring up one question that I forgot. Obviously, a big concern is especially with Marina Shores, is that traffic in this little small block between us and PCH on Studebaker. You have one main entrance to your building? Just one, and that's off of Studebaker. They have two, and one of them's off of Studebaker. What are the plans? We tried to get a traffic study. They say, everybody in the city says, you know, all roads lead to you. We've never been able to get our hands on a traffic study. What's the plan to not make that a total nightmare right there on Studebaker?
Yeah, so our traffic study looks at what our net impacts will be with new units that we're bringing in, so 281 units, and then what the existing office use traffic impacts are existing, which we are removing. So when you take the net trips at the peak hours, which is the PM peak hour trips, we're only creating about 9 net new trips, and obviously the traffic direction is in a different direction based on office versus residential. But so really our project shouldn't be adding that many new cars onto that intersection, but part of the traffic mitigation measures that we do have to do for our project includes re-signalizing the Studebaker and PCH intersection. So that should help mitigate the flow of traffic through that area.
Well, I'm glad you have a thought on that, because it's, and I'm honestly not so worried about you guys, it's about the impact of both. And is anybody considering the impact that both developments are gonna have on that little short block? Plus, that's the main one for us.
Yeah, so the traffic impact study is cumulative, and, you know, for us, it's 9 net new trips on the Studebaker and on the PCH. Obviously, the Marina Shores project, they'll probably have a more substantial, but frankly, our site, we can't put a driveway on PCH, it's just not possible. And so Studebaker really is the only driveway that we have space for.
So when's the project gonna start? When you gonna be shovel ready or whatever they say?
Yeah, so we go to a public hearing April 40th. We're hoping to be in the ground by the end of the year, if not the first quarter of next year.
Okay, I will, thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity. I don't think we have any more time for questions.
One more, Sean?
He just said they couldn't.
One more, Sean?
Can't do it financially.
Retrofitting that building or demolishing it and rebuilding it something new.
That's right.
So, the impact, when you're coming south on GCH, and hit Studebaker, it goes from P lanes to 2. Will your development close that 2 lanes down to 1?
Right.
You know?
During construction or in the final
During
condition?
construction, yeah, that's
So-
a major impact.
No, so PCH, we will not be shutting down during construction. The most we'll be doing is pushing a construction fence up to probably the sidewalk.
You know what I'm saying?
There will be fences that go up along Studebaker.
Okay, I think does this still work? Okay, we will send you information about the April 20th meeting. It's at 5 o'clock downtown, and we'll send it to you. Hopefully you attend, and we can have more conversations then. Okay. About that, back to you. Thank you. Thank you, Joe, for bringing West Coast developers to us. That was very informative, and I'm sure everyone appreciated the information.
I don't know it, so.
Okay, we're gonna go along tonight, guys, I'm just telling you, because I know what's coming.
And leave it.
I want to remind you about the importance of our opening days. So we go, the flag goes to opening days, and we go and visit other yacht clubs. The reason that we do that is to get ideas about what we can do about our opening day, as well as connect and network with the other Commodores and the other people. We were at, Marnell and Sally and I were at Long Beach, and we ran into the people from Huntington Harbor. And a conversation, the next day they showed up at our spring fling, and they wanted to come here and include us on one of their poker runs. So they did that the next day, we had a little game, Charlene entertained them at the bar, we opened the bar early for them. And then after that, then they came on Friday night for dinner. And Sally, how many people did they have?
We had 35 people.
35 additional people that came in.
That's great.
So when you guys see pictures of us or whatever, we're working for this club, and that's what we were doing. We still made it to spring fling, we still did the boat parade, well, not the boat parade, but we did what we could. So just want to say we're working for you, okay? Now to talk about our opening day. It is on March 6th.
May.
What did I say, March? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Somebody else's is in March? Anyway, so we are going to have a very big party here on May 6th. We are going to begin at 9 when we have cocktails outside. We will have all of our bartenders working. We will have lots of surprises that are happening, lots of dignitaries, and we're gonna have a very nice, big opening day. We're gonna be up here for our appetizers. We are gonna be reaching out to you for help because we can't do it all by ourselves. And we've got surprises, and then we're going to have Carla D here in the afternoon after our boat parade, and she's gonna be entertaining us. Chef Veronique will be here, and this is our May 5th celebration on May 6th. She'll be having tacos for us. So we're going to have a very big party the whole day. So sleep up and rest up, and please, we're gonna have fun. We have a celebrity here tonight, and I would just like to point her out. It is our own Kim Bergeron, who is, I wanted to get you to pay attention. Aren't you? Kim is the new SC administrator. So if we do the math, we have a couple of ins with SCYA. So Kim, thank you for taking that job on. You got a job. The other thing I want to mention is when we all come in here, all of us come to our parties and all of that. As soon as we get hit when we come in the door with this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, we want to get to the bar and have a drink. Well, maybe not me, but everybody else. So we're going to strongly, we're putting the tables, we're putting the desktop flags on the tables so that you can come to us and you can talk to us. The suggestion box is over there. If you see something, no, we're all volunteering. So we're here to have a good time as well. We'll hear your complaints, but just kind of go a little bit gentle on us, okay? That's all. Now, we're gonna talk about the lounge makeover downstairs and what we're doing there. Peter, I have a little video that we're gonna play at some point. I'm gonna do that in a second, but I got a couple things to do first. Phase one, we broke this up into different phases because that's the way we could digest it and plan, and we have a plan going forward on what is supposed to happen at what time during this renovation that we're doing. Phase one is very close to completion, and we need to thank our team, and I'm going to ask you to stand up because these guys have been working nonstop. Gordon, Peter, Ed, John, Eric, Dave Jones, Dave Washburn, please stand up as we I used to work at Disneyland and I used to get to see behind the scenes, and these guys have seen behind all of the scenes, all in these areas that people don't get to see. You come in and go, well, nothing looks different. These guys have been working for days and days and days, so please,
We found John in a cabinet one night.
Yeah, John is in the cabinet, but it has been a lot of work down in Cheryl's office and everywhere so that we can make this, so we can do this. Okay, I just want to be sure of that pretty soon, we're waiting for the lightning bolt that's going to bring Frankenstein to life. And that's just going to be turning it on, right, Gordon? Okay. Anyway, everybody is working really hard, and I just want everyone to continue to stay positive and forward motion to complete this task. So next, we're going to talk about the plans for downstairs in the lounge. Our plan is to utilize two different areas. So we're gonna make a lounge downstairs, and we're gonna have tables and chairs, and it's gonna be loungy. Cheryl's walls are gonna be coming down, and we're gonna be moving the pool table over to that area where Cheryl is, because we do have members that play pool. So they'll have that area. We're talking about putting, we've got furniture down there. We're gonna bring some of these high top tables down there and bring that down to just make a different environment. As we're doing that, somebody brought up, we're gonna put in a little fireplace down there. So it's gonna be a nice little area that we can go and sit, and if there's a party going on, you don't wanna be, with all the music or whatever, there's downstairs. Continue your conversation. So that is what we're moving forward to, and are we ready, Peter?
Yes, yes.
Well, I am, but you'll know.
I'm not. So we've had this made between Peter and Shanae. We've kind of taking our thoughts. This is a moving project. This is not final. We're just putting some thoughts together on what we hope that this will look like. Butter's not up there, is it?
Butter's there.
In his blanket.
That's right.
So this is just quick, but, no? Okay. Can't go further.
That is pot. Butter, whatever.
Here, you got any picture of the wife or anything you can show us?
I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So this is the concept. Just don't go too much further in the picture. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, before we do that, so in our donation pile that we have right now, people have been, the flag started saying, well, let's just do this. We can donate to this. So we started that process, and then people were saying, well, we can do that. So we have more and more people that are donating. We have $2,725. We're 25% there now. As just people, if everyone gave $100, then we would be there, and we'd just be able to do all of this. Plus, at the same time, we can look at redo the kitchen, do these things. We're just putting money in there. What are you doing, Eric?
I'm working my way up.
Okay. We're just trying to not affect our building fund at the same time, and just have a nicer area.
Oh my God. And Eric's moving on.
And Eric's moving on.
Hey, this was a good meeting.
I hope everybody brought their checkbooks. I'm counting on you.
So so that was the reason that we started the donation. Is just that way, if everybody just gave, where are you going? Where are you going?
I think we got it covered tonight.
Where are we going?
Eric's going in, I think, some way.
Eric is coloring. What are you trying to tell us, Eric?
There's $20,000 to get it done. If anybody else wants to pitch in, feel free. Brad Dirks, that came out of your inheritance.
Eric, thank you very, very much. John's gonna come up and have a little chat with us.
We're always needing more money. We have big things that we have to do. We've got a lease coming up in 6 years that they're gonna nail us on. And we've got things that we have to improve. And I've got a recommendation for anybody who wants to do what Eric does. We are going to put your name on the stripper pole. So anybody want to put
$100 for the poll?
We just need strippers.
I think we got a couple. But we really do need more people. We need more donations. And we do have big things that are coming up, the kitchen. We have big things that are coming up with the building. Plus, we need to get a reserve in. We're not running on that big of a reserve. We need more money to put it in. I think what do we run on, $80,000-$90,000? We should probably be in the neighborhood of $200,000-$300,000 for a club this size. So let's get a bigger thermometer.
Let's get a big one.
Okay.
Thank you, John. I put this off a couple of times. Here we go. It's working. Okay.
Don't lose that check.
Is that a wet bar?
It's a portable bar.
Love it. Wow.
Where's the pole?
Telescoping.
Fantastic.
So this is the plan. So that's the plan, and that's what our goal is, and we are trying to accomplish that by opening day. So we're very, very busy. The FTC is meeting regularly to make this happen. The IT people have already done their part. The wires have already been dropped. and we're moving forward. So I just want to thank everyone for your participation in this. Thank you, Eric. Did you have sorry? We're trying and we're working really hard for everybody, okay? Rolanda, can you please come up and I have a gift for you? Oh, I've had this for a while. Come on, it's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I have a contact with a historian in Seal Beach, and he always kind of lets me know if there's something out there. So a while ago, like a year ago, I bought this membership roster from 1977. And I want to present that to you. It's just something for you to have. Okay, throw it out, whatever. But, interesting, I found Bruce Miller in here. I also found Steve Stanek in here from 1977. So here, and you. Joan, can you come up? Is she here? Okay.
Hey, Laura, who did you
Okay. Okay. Okay, Joan's gonna have to wait until another time, so nobody tell her, okay? Also, please just try and remember that everyone is volunteering their time to make this an incredible club. Please lead with positive energy. We're doing really good work for the future of our club. So let's keep that together, okay? And keep that in the front of our mind. Eric, can you come up and get a picture real quick with the flag?
Who's gonna take the picture?
I am.
I used to have BUBs, doesn't it?
Okay, Rolanda, now can you come up, please, and introduce your new members?
Thank you, Laura. And I want to thank everybody that has helped with the spring fling. You guys helped a lot. You just really put in all the volunteer hours and so forth, and even sponsored some of these new members. So thank you, all of you. Okay, so this month we have 4 new members. 3 of them are here tonight. The other one, Greg Clark, is on a business trip, so he couldn't make it. But we will get started. Could I have some water?
Yes. Rhonda's been
You
sick.
made a Chardonnay.
Just something stronger. Thank you. Thank you.
Dave Jones on the video.
Okay, let's bring up JC, John, and Wendy Loser. Come on up here. And they are voters. Actually, all of our new members are voters. Isn't that nice? And they have a stingray, 41-foot stingray, and they're on dock 16. And anybody here on dock 16?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Okay, just a little something. What do you do, Wendy? Do you work? What else?
Part-time.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a stay-at-home mom, part-time elementary school substitute teacher. We have 3 kids. Our oldest is 16. And we have a almost 14-year-old and our little guy is 12. spend as much time as we can on our boat, which is not nearly enough because our kids are really busy with water sports, and that takes up most of our weekends.
JC, and I do whatever my wife tells me to do.
Okay, so I'd like you to stay up here for the picture, okay? And I think this was Rick and Robin that met these lovely people, brought them into the club, so thank you. And then we have Chris and Shannon Peters. Would you please come up and tell us about you guys? And they have a bay liner, 47 foot, and looks like you're on, which, dock 15.
Yes,
15.
15.
Anybody else from 15 here? No?
Probably not, that's okay.
You'll make sure they meet. Okay, tell us about yourself.
So I'm Shannon, and I know I might be a familiar face because we actually live aboard. We've been living on a boat for 15 years. We started with a Ranger 29 sailboat, fell in love, moved up to a 30-footer, 35-footer, 38, now we're at a 45. And we've always been into boating. We really like being active in the boating culture. We have a daughter, she just turned 13. She did the junior sailing club here too, so we are familiar with a lot of these people here. And we're just really excited that we actually closed the loop and now can be more active with you guys because I've seen your faces for many, many years.
I prepared an 18.5-minute speech. Chris Peters, I own HB Marine Engine, Barn Built Boat Repair. I work as a boat for Seacoast. I've been in the boats almost 4 decades. And we keep trying to get out of it, but it keeps pulling us back. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
And they were also, I guess,
Rick and Robin!
And Ron. They did it themselves. And Ron, right. Okay, so now Jim. All right, Jim and Cecilia, come on.
Dock 9. 9, there you go.
Oh, you had to throw that in there.
Okay, and we got some sailors here. They have a Catalina 36, and they're on a famous gangway 9.
Party!
So, let's you talk.
Okay. Well, I scanned my wife. She wants to speak. Well, we're really happy to be here, and we've met some fantastic people. I think a little bit of a connection. I think you guys are. I think my cousin had the space down below, but he hasn't been there for a while. Alan Andrews. So, we come from a sailing family. That's why I have a sailboat, and we're just really happy to be here. And we have 2 kids, in 30 and 32, and yeah, we're just looking forward to meeting all these great folks that we've seen so far, and even more. And I can let my wife take over with the rest.
Take the talking for
This is amongst friends, anyway.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry about him. Hang on,
No envelopes in the photo.
Get them straight, Donna.
I know.
Get up on the chair there.
Honey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bigger smiles. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Rwanda. Welcome new members. And next, I'm going to challenge everyone. Whenever you all are in the club and you come in here, everybody please invite them to sit at your table and bring them in and bring them a good welcome and show them how wonderful we are as a club. Okay, so never ever sit alone. Cindy and Janice, come and tell us about your seatbelts. And explain what they are to our new members.
Okay, our new members to seatbelts is the ladies group, and we do monthly luncheons, and we also support activities that are going on here at the club. You're welcome for anything, and we love lots of help, and welcome you to the club. The one announcement we have, unfortunately, we were supposed to have our luncheon next Wednesday, the 12th, and the woman that was supposed to be planning it has some family issues and she had to back out. So we're just gonna go ahead and cancel for next Wednesday, but there will be one in May.
And I just want to talk about opening day. The C-Bills are the kind of the organizers and sponsors of the appetizers. So everybody get your appetizers together. Sylvie Joppa is kind of known for their appetizers after the opening ceremony. So everybody get your appetizers together and we'll have a big party up here.
And they will be reaching out and asking everyone to get organized with the appetizers and all the help that needs to be done. Our Vice Commodore, Sally Cohen, can you come up and give us a report?
Thank you, Commodore. I think we're almost done with the rain. Does anyone want to take a bet on that or not? What about the wind? Are we having enough of that? But not for sailors, they love that. I just wanted to say that there's so many of you who have made this club so great this year. I mean, it's the volunteers that we've had have been incredible. And in addition to Laura's list, I want some people to stand up, but hold your applause till the end. So I want to emphasize that everybody has helped. So, let's see. Lauren Morell's not here. Carol Elias? Maria Davier? Nope. Okay, how about Cindy Jensen? I know she's here. Cindy and Janice. Dominique. Come on, I know you're here. I saw you. And Holly Mullen. Okay, and also Donna Reed. Donna Reed, I know you're here. Come on, stand up. I want to explain what all these great ladies helped us with. Lauren Morell and Maria Davier and Carol Elias and Donna with her advice on paint. If you look in the women's restrooms, you'll see the wallpaper is all gone. You'll see that we're painted a color that is perfect to blend in with everything. Hooray. So, Maria Davier also helped with that. And Dominique, Pollock, and others, and Cindy, and Janice helped with our tablecloths. We finally have them on a rack hanging instead of stuffed in a, whatever we could stuff them in. And also, I want to thank John Kehoe and Liz. Where are you? Stand up. Come on, John. They redid the wonderful photographs in our front window. Now let's give them a round of applause, please. Some are missing tonight, but wow, they worked on those bathrooms. And Lauren Morell also contributed personal help to get this done. I'm so proud of, it's just happening. It's wonderful. Okay, I want to talk about food service for just a minute. How many of you like those cookies tonight? We're not the Weight Watchers yet, are we?
No, they're not.
So here's our chef Veronique. Let's give her a hand. We're working hard on menus. We're listening to club members. When you have a situation or a suggestion, you can drop it in our wonderful container over here on the bar, or text me, 714-916-8252, and just say, I suggest something for our menu, or I didn't like something. Hopefully we have 0 of those. So we've got Chef V and Teresa and Aura working very hard, and we've added actually one more person, Veronique's daughter, Sarah, and she's gonna be helping with serving and busing. And then Gordon's gonna train, hopefully, Chef B on using our new Traeger grill that's out here. And we'll have some tri-tip, and we'll have some special night for the guys and gals who love those meats. Oh, the sirloin steak. Oh, the tri-tip. We can taste it now. Anyway, I want you to mark your calendars too for our Sunday brunch on April the 16th, starting at 10 a.m. And we're gonna have some music. They've already said they're coming. Mr. Friedman and his wonderful jazz band. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but every time it does such a great job. We're gonna be here early. We're gonna dress up the place and have fun. Now, I'm gonna talk about the house. Rusty Eddie, where are you? Come on up here. Let's give Rusty a big hand of applause, please. Now, all of you know that Rusty is in charge of our house and facilities, and he has a lot on his plate. So I'm going to let Rusty tell you about it.
Yeah, real brief. We got a couple things that I want to mention. We have opening day, so I believe it's April 23rd will be cleanup day. So before that happens, I'll pull out and dust off the list from last year, add whatever we need to it. And we certainly would love as many people that want to come out and help kind of clean up the place for opening day. We'll have a list of, supplies that we need, tasks that we're going to do. Otherwise, just show up if you want to volunteer your name and number. More than happy to, take that down. So that'll be opening day. If you want to throw your name and number in the suggestion box, you can do that as well. Second thing is, in a more general sense, we have, a lot of tasks going on here that are just cleanup. There's going to be a lot of painting going on and stuff like that. In the past, we just sort of handled things as they came up. I was talking with Laura and Sally, and what I'm going to try and do a better job of is getting a list of things, whether they're short-term fixes that need to happen, in the next week or two, or things that are a little more long-term. If we could get people that are willing to, stop by that have a particular skill, if you are, handy, or even sometimes we just want to let a contractor in. If you come bring your laptop or a book and want to hang out for a couple hours, sit on the patio, let a contractor come in. Like to, get your name and number and like any sort of thing you're willing to kick in. So anyway, again, that's generally what I want to say. I'll be sitting over here. I got a paper and a pen that I can write down. Otherwise, text me, message box, Facebook. We'll gather all your name and everything. Eric, you got something to say?
I've been known as handy occasionally.
And Eric's going to be our right-hand man this year. All right, that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
We're going to be taking care of maintenance issues too. Several of you have reported some things that need to be done, and they're on our list. We haven't forgotten about you, and we have to keep our club going. And like the awnings outside, we're starting to have some problems with them. So these things have to be addressed. Some are very important to get done right away. others can wait for just a little while. Now, on to parties, because we know Steel Beach Yacht Club loves parties. So, I want to talk about our karaoke night on April the 8th. Diana, thank you very much for getting, and also Robin, for getting that together. We're going to have Jimmy. How many of you have had Jimmy's food before? Now, some of you have, I know. Okay, it's going to be a great time. We're going to sing, get your vocal cords going, and practice some if you want, but just come and enjoy it, because these are fun nights, and there's a sign up online for that Saturday night. Lori Morrell wanted me to mention a couple things. We're having a very special time, and this is going to be a lot of fun. On April 22nd, which is Saturday, we're going to have the Big Ensenada Send-Off Party. It's going to be catered with a mariachi band, wow, and a DJ. It'll cost $35, and it'll be online very soon. Just a couple progress things I want you to know about. The ovens are both working now. We got them repaired for $300 instead of $1,000. We're going to use sandbags to anchor our big tent down. We're going to not maybe have them out for all of our special times like opening day, but we're going to use good solutions to solve things without, spending too much. Windows will be washed, floors will be cleaned. We're going to move forward and just keep that positive attitude, because all of you really count. Thank you very much, Commodore.
And our rear Commodore, Mardell Garner, is going to come up and tell us what's going on the wall.
Thank you and welcome new members. I'm excited you all have boats, yay. Get involved in the cruise program, use your boat. We have lots of opportunities. So let me start here. We have a couple Captain Splashes, but we're gonna hold those off to next month. So if you wanna see what's been going on at the island or doing our last cruise out, the Captain Splash will come up. And these are lessons learned in our clubs of all kinds of things that has happened when you're on the boat. Pop Tops is starting soon. If you're interested in the finish line, which to me is the best volunteer job in this club, sitting at Navy Yacht Club, watching the beautiful sailboats come in on Thursday. Tony Stroud has that up, and her email is in the scuttlebutt. Let her know if you want to learn how to do that. We sit there and drink wine and count boats as they come in and watch the sunset. And it's nice. It's the best volunteer job. Good way to get to know all the sailors and boaters. If you have a power boat, we also need committee boats. This is a great way to use your boat, get to know the sailors. It's very fun on the starting line. You get to see all the sailboats. We need a committee boat coming up April 15th for the Ensenada preview. So it starts about 3 o'clock. You'll be in here maybe by 6 o'clock. So and that's a good way. The committee gets on your boat. All you got to do is drive it and be able to anchor it. Or they'll probably drop your anchor for you. I don't know. It's very fun though. It's very exciting to watch all these beautiful boats go. The next cruise is coming up is Memorial Day. The information's on your table. Lori Merrill is starting a anchor raft up team, because we have all the slips full and most of the anchorages, or the mooring balls. If you want a mooring, you call 2 days before the cruise. If you want to anchor, let Lori Merrill know, and she'll organize that, and that's free of charge. That's kind of, I think I'll do that next year.
But you can't raft up though.
You can if you get a permit.
Right.
So if she has enough interest.
Two raft up permits.
Yes. So if she gets enough people, we will be going after those raft up permits, because they're still available. The long cruise is a fun cruise. We're full on that, but we're looking at doing a mini cruise. So if you don't want to take the whole 2 weeks off and you want to do the 1 week and kind of put your toe in the water to see if you want to hang with everybody that long, let me know. It's fun. I mean, there's lots of stuff that happens on that long cruise. Troy, you want to come up and talk about the Thanksgiving cruise?
members, welcome by the way, and everybody else. We have done this Carnival Cruise or Royal Caribbean Cruise after Thanksgiving. So after your family has been here and you've gone through all that drama and all that work, Friday morning you get up, you head down to San Pedro, you get on the Carnival Radiance, and you leave and you go to Ensenada and out to sea for a day. The club has a group rate. You have to sign up for that by May 5th to get the group rate. You can get a full refund all the way up until September 10th. So what happened last year is people signed up later and the price almost doubled. And then about the end of August, the ship sold out. So a lot of people wanted to go, but they couldn't. So it's a great time. Last year we had 40 people, I think 20 staterooms. It's a really good time. A lot of people have taken cruises, but if you haven't done it with 40 of your closest yacht club friends, it's a whole different world. So there's a flyer on your table. The key date, unfortunately, I didn't put on there, is May 5th. You can still book it all the way up until the ship is sold out, but it increases in price. So check out the flyer. If you have any questions, call the numbers on here. Make sure if you're going to do this, you call the group number or the group phone line here and use the group number to book it. Otherwise, it doesn't count towards the group and you don't get the group rate. But there's been a lot of people that have done it multiple times. This is our 3rd annual. We're looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys there. Thank you.
Okay, the cruise schedule is on the website. Be sure to check that out, block out your dates. Even if you don't have a boat, there's hotel opportunities. You can still come down and join in. So thank you. You're on the water.
Okay, everybody, Joan, Joan, I know you're here back somewhere. Did she go downstairs again? She's losing her microphone opportunity.
Check the restroom.
Quick, you can be done by.
I know. She had very small things to talk about as far as the Boat Owners Association, so we are going to have to wrap it up. And guess what? That means we did it. Hold on. 8:03. We have motion to carry. Opening day.
May 6th.
I have one more thing. If you have a boat, if you want to enter a Bristol boat, let me know by the end of the week.
So the March 6th, May 5th, and May 15th.